Welcome back. In case you're joining us, we were midway through a very important conversation with Wambui Ndirangu, who is doing amazing work with her CBO, where she's educating people and really bringing into light what happens to persons who are disintegrated, thrown on the side because of the injustices that this world sometimes have to offer. Maybe it's because of the way they were born, but she's here to be a voice. And honestly, as Marine and Northernist, I'm challenged and I'm thinking, we're very ignorant. We're always thinking, what can I get? What is the next thing? And you're not thinking, okay, what can I give back? And it doesn't have to come from a point of too much. It just takes that one act, and also just stretching your arm like we always do here on The Nest. And Wambui is going to be a friend of the show. The exciting thing is Wambui is joined by one of the beneficiaries, Anita, who will give us her story in her own words of also living as a person who has, who is intersex. And we were just talking about it. How are you supposed to describe yourself? And this person stay hidden. But here we are, we're making progress, but we're not there yet. All right, so Anita, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Okay, thank you for the show. My name is Anita Ben Minor. I'm a counseling psychologist.
Nice.
A member of Unijue Unielewe Kenya.
Nice.
And an intersex person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. I'm so impressed, and I just want to say thank you for coming, for honoring us, and being brave enough to sit across and tell your story in your own words, and the power of storytelling. And that is the whole point about Unijue Unielewe.
Yes.
It's storytelling. It's about saying, here I am, this is who I am. Can you understand that before you have all these misconceptions towards who I am and the way you treat me? And thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. All right, so again, in the best way you can, could you tell us about Anita, where you were born, how you were raised, just a story of your background?
Okay, thank you. Anita was born in Malanga County, past 20 years ago, by late dad and my mom. And the time I was born, I was given the name Anita Warogoro, and at the age of 4 years, by then my parents used to live quite far from the grandparents.
Okay.
And the first time we went to that home to see our grandparents, by then I was still young.
Yes.
And then I had no idea of who am I.
Just a little thought, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
So for my grandmother was like, okay, this child doesn't resemble a girl. At the same time, doesn't resemble a boy child.
Yeah.
So the child should not be named after me. So the name Anita was dropped.
Yeah.
And my grandfather was like, be given my name. And from that point, I was given the name Benson. And I grew up then as a boy. But initially I was brought up as a girl up to 4 years.
Yes.
And then, that happened. And then past 18, here I am. I'm like, I'm supposed to use the names that I'm comfortable with. So I took the name Anita and Ben. I combined it.
Yes.
It's one name.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Of which currently it makes me proud.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But growing up, it wasn't an easy thing.
Yes.
Because the people at first were like, we have a girl child. Then this is not a girl child.
Yes.
It's a boy child. And then growing up, reaching up to the puberty, then things changing, like being given the name Ben. So basically was taken to a boys' school. That was in high school. And I went to 6 different schools because I got my menses when I joined Form 1. Second weekend, I ran away from school, and my mom was literally mad at me.
Yes.
I paid 54K, I bought everything. Then you're here telling me that utaki shule.
Yeah.
Then so that was it. I dropped. My mom tried to kujua shida iko wapi. But for me I was like, I'm not comfortable telling my mom because ever I've never like shared anything with her.
Yes.
But for my dad, if I could get anything, I'm like, my dad, this is happening, this is happening.
Yes.
But basically because my mom, I came to realize that my mom was an introvert. And my dad was an extrovert.
Yes.
So for my mom was like, you say something,
Yes.
it's over.
Nothing much to say. Yes.
For my dad was like, okay, if this is happening, we do this or we do that. And then my dad used to take me to different hospitals. I've been to St. Mary's Hospital, I've been to Kenyatta Hospital, I've been to Kiambu. And then in St. Mary's, that was back then in 2012, whereby a surgery was to be done, and for then me up to get into theatre, the doctor was like, no, we can't do this. Okay. And they wrote a referral to Kenyatta, and my dad was like, my child, I'm tired with this. Yeah.
Be who you want to be.
Be whoever you are.
Amazing.
So that's how I personally grew up, and then having stress because you don't know whoever you are. Being given the name Ben, your men says Al. They are not
doesn't
like
make sense. Already being an adolescent is so stressful.
Yeah, exactly.
But here you are with two giants to deal with.
And by then I was taken to Kiambu to live with my aunt. And that aunt had a relative who was working in the commission on Kenya, who was working on Kenya National Commission on Human Rights.
Yes.
And the lady came to visit, and she was like, through her observations, was like, something somewhere is missing. And she was like, okay, after having the conversation with aunt, and I was out of the topic and away from them. That's by then I do call her auntie, told me that I need to have a talk with you, and I was like, what are we talking about?
Like, I'm not used to this.
What are we talking about?
Yes.
But she was very friendly. I went to her. She sent fare. I went to her.
To the offices, that is?
No, to her home. Yes, we sat down. That was 2019, around December. We talked, and then I saw a friendly person, so I opened up and told her everything, and she was like, don't worry. That's how she helps me join Jinsi Yangu Kenya, whereby up to date I can say I'm really empowered by Jinsi Yangu Kenya, because they've given us information like being an intersex, it means this, it's that. In case of medical, go to this facility, you'll be assisted. In case of mental health, for me I was literally depressed, and I
can imagine.
For to date, I'm very strong even to support others. And 2019, that's the time the census were done for the first time, and it was my first time to meet other intersex people. And that day I literally remember it very well. I cried. I cried, and I could not say anything because my eyes were swollen, because I could hear different stories from other people, and I was like, okay, mine is just kitu kidogo.
It's nothing. Because at least I can see that chronological acceptance from your grandfather to your dad to auntie, and now you're hearing, I'm sure, all kinds of stories. And again, even when we're in this show, that's what we're talking about. You're not alone. There's somebody either going through what you're going through. This is what they're doing. So we learn from each other. That is so refreshing.
Actually, and we need to integrate them more in society. Like the other day, was it May 6th? We had the Day of the Boy Child, and we said, like, there are some of these people who call themselves male intersex. So we put them together. We had a petition. We took a petition to Parliament, and there was an intersex person who was part of taking that petition to Parliament from Jinsi Yangu. Now we connected because we need for them to feel they are part of us.
Exactly.
We need to bond with them, and in anything we are doing, any step we are taking, be it for the boy child, for the women, we need to tell them they have a space here.
That is brilliant. So please go on with the story.
So after like the people sharing, and I'm like, I literally got touched, and I cried like the entire day because it was just pure intersex people, and other people were facilitating the entire thing. And I could hear people from different tribes saying, this doesn't happen to us, this doesn't happen. And for me, I'm like, okay. I've been growing up alone, having so many questions, and then today, by the end of today, I'm going to get some friends to share. Because whenever you have something in common, you're able to...
Exactly. You share. It's a safe space. It's a net.
So from that, I got the passion of like, if these people are going through this, and most of the people were saying that I've been on antidepressants, have anxiety, others have depression, bipolar, and then I was like, okay, if this is happening to maybe the entire community, I'm also supposed to think about it. So I got the passion to do counseling, and here I am. Like, I'm really ready and eager to support any intersex person within the community, because the way I struggled growing up, but not like any other person who is an intersex person, and the community at large go through the same.
This is so amazing, Anita. I can't help but think, you know, sometimes you just gravitate towards your community, so that it's the same thing. Even myself, I could be a mother, but I'm a single mom, so I would only feel safest around other single moms. And at the same time, I can only imagine all the things you had to fight by yourself, and not knowing anything. Because I'm thinking 18, 19 years later, that's when you're meeting somebody who, not even one person, people who are going through that. And I don't know, I feel so proud of you at this moment, because I can tell you're a complete introvert, but then you're in a world of talking to people, comforting them. It's so beautiful to see that transformation to the person you are today. Right.
And
so yes, go on.
At this point, I'm very grateful to the parents, because they were supportive. You see? And at this point, I need to on behalf of society, I need to say we are sorry. We apologize to the parents of intersex children. Because it is our pressure that makes them make misinformed decisions. It is us who want to know, when you're going to Goshogia, we want to know, is it a boy or a girl? You know, all that pressure, and now she'll go looking for solutions. That is how they'll meet the rock doctors who will perform surgeries.
Look at that, like being wheeled to the hospital.
Imagine.
Thank God for even that doctor to think, no, this I can't live with this. Let me stop it at this moment.
You know, sometimes it is all about the money. You know, they think about the money, and then they waste these children's lives, because at puberty, if something is done for you and some organ is removed from you, and then when you grow up,
the one that was removed was the dominant one.
You become so masculine. And then, you know, it is all confusing. And, you know, at this point, because the nest is somewhere where we can open up and tell people everything. An intersex person is born with both organs. And then the gonads. The gonads are the inside reproductive organs. They're both, like on one side, you will have the testes. On the other side, you will have the ovaries. And then your hormones. That one.
Concurrently.
Exactly.
Like this.
The testosterone and the progesterone. Up. All of them. And then the chromosomes. Like me, I am XX. And the male here is XY. And them, it is maybe XXO, you know. So it is something you cannot just say, let us just remove the outer organ and do away with it. It has everything to do with the whole person. And you know, God does not make mistakes. God does not make mistakes. So we really need to understand, even if I remove that which I can see, what about this person who has ovaries and is presenting as male? It means they'll have their menses. So it is not as easy. And I think the best thing is we need to support these parents for them to make informed decisions. Yes.
Especially now with the changes that are taking place.
Exactly.
And the conversations that are going on.
Exactly.
I can only say we are going somewhere.
Yes.
We have a long way to go, but we are all going somewhere. Anita, what is that one or rather, whatever misconceptions you feel the society has towards intersex persons, and what would you tell them, especially from a point of, you know, just a normal human being who, if they hear you're intersex, first they'll be like, what's the first thing you'll tell them? No, it's like this, like nijue hivi ndio unielewe. What is the one thing that you feel, people, I'm done with them? Yeah.
Like being in settings whereby we have intersets from most of the communities.
Yes.
Like in every community they will say that an intersex person is a curse.
Yeah.
Or maybe you are born as a result of sin that your parents did, of which that is not the case.
So
and
bad.
For one thing, make our viewers to get clear is that we are born to be awesome.
Yes.
Like we have mistakes.
Yes.
Yes.
And the work of God doesn't have mistakes.
It doesn't have mistakes,
we are born like any other child.
Sure.
The way a male child is born, the female, the intersex, it's one and the same thing.
True.
It's the same process.
Very true.
The seed is being sowed the same.
It's true.
So it's work of God, and according to the Bible, we are created in God's image. Then who are you to say we are cursed?
I agree.
There's even a joke that we make with these people. They're my friends. We make with these people and we say, who knows? Maybe God is intersex.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Because if you're female and you're God's image, and someone else is male and is God's image,
fair point.
Yeah, we just say maybe
fair point.
And we are relieved by that.
But where can people find you? Should they want to donate or give in any way? Where can they find you?
I'm on YouTube, the Wambui Ndirangu Show.
Yes.
You can get me there. You can write me an email on Unijue Unielewe @gmail.com.
Yes.
You can also call me on 0721 358848. It is all about the service you can give or the donation that you have.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And it takes as little as
you can. You know, one diaper is 100 shillings.
Yeah.
You just keep lunch, and you know, in our we always say in our monthly adult diaper drives, we always say donate a diaper, restore my dignity.
Donate a diaper,
restore my dignity. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And when does the drive happen? Is it like every particular day of the month?
The last week of the month, that is when we start receiving our donations, but you can still donate, and that is where we start going on a door-to-door. And then we have a page where we post the photos, but we always hide the identity.
Of course, yes.
But we also need to show people that we have given the diapers.
Accountability.
Yes, that is what we do. And then we're praying, if people call us in schools, we can go to schools and educate kids, because we realize even when a person and a child, even as old as a Form 2 child is being sodomized, they do not even know that it could happen. It's just called by a male, and they have no information. So we're going to schools, we're educating, we are sensitizing these children. So you can always call us on any gathering. We go and we talk to these people, and we protect our society.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. Anita, where can people find you? In case there's somebody watching you and they're like, I wish I can reach out for my story to be heard. Where can people find you? TikTok.
Wow. Yeah, TikTok.
Yeah?
At Anita Ben.
Anita Ben, yes.
Facebook, Anita Ben Minor. Or can get to Jinsi Yangu page.
Yeah.
Jinsi Yangu Kenya.
Yeah.
We'll see other videos we've done.
Yes.
And here different stories regarding intersex people. Yeah.
Great. I can't, I'm so sorry, I'm not bored. I'm very intrigued, just a bit tired. But I just want to celebrate you both, give you your flowers, what you're doing. Again, I'm sitting across and I'm thinking, Maureen, what have you been doing with your life? Because what can it take? Sometimes giving doesn't always have to be material.
Exactly.
My platform is there, and I want to categorically state this. Anytime you have anything that needs visibility, always feel free to send it my way.
Thank you.
And I'll put it out there.
Thank you. God bless
hopefully, and crossing fingers, I want to see what the drive is all about.
Yes.
And usually every time I have a guest and I tell them, hey, come on, reach out, they don't. Maybe because sometimes we go and forget about that. But anytime you have that drive, send me the poster.
Okay.
I'll always share.
Thank you.
On my end, what I can do, I'll do it.
Thank you.
But I also keep in mind education on safety, especially for children. That's something I'm passionate about.
Yes.
I do educate where I can, but it's not enough, because the truth is we need to go to the ground, to tell girls and boys, if somebody calls you, this is what you do. And this is how, and educate everybody, including now, Anita, there are many little Anitas who are coming up. They don't know. And I can imagine, and I was hoping, again, I don't want to make it, but I can imagine how, again, the society is set up. Now there's that aspect of question marks, and curiosity. And I hope you always stay safe and you protect yourself, because this is big. You've taken on something. You realize where we're at, Gen Zs, we're the world. We are living in transformational times.
Yes.
This is going to be in the history of Kenya, this period.
Exactly.
In the history of Kenya, in another 80 years, 100, they'll talk about the changes that we've made. And you as well, anytime you have anything, please, we're going to follow each other on social media. Anytime you have anything to talk about, if you want a platform as well, let me know. All right.
Thank you so much.
Final words. Let's start with Anita. What are the final words you can tell the people who are watching us? Remember, it's young people who are also getting to learn with us. But what can you tell them from Anita's side?
From my side, I would maybe tell them that information is already out. Like the time our parents used to bring us up, they had no information about intersex people, and here information is there. So bring your child well and safe, because information is there. And reach out for help.
Wonderful. So reach out, let the information be there, educate yourselves, and we've seen we are in a society that's not afraid to read and reread. I would love to check. I'll check out the bill. The bill that's going in. Wambui, from your end, and also at large with the work you're doing, what can you tell the community?
I think first I would love to thank the Githurai Sub-County Administration on the work they are doing and their fast response with regard to issues on rape, sodomy and defilement. Kudos, guys. It is so wonderful. And then I would love to tell the people, society at large, don't just stare, ask. Do not fix me. I am not broken.
Thank you.
And then I would love to tell them, ukinijua, utanielewa. You need to know where I'm coming from so that you do not judge me. Let us not judge. And this is especially to the millennials. Let us not judge people. Because Gen Zs do not judge.
No, they don't.
But millennials, we judge. Kindly do not judge. You do not know where I'm coming from. Understand me and then help me to get to the next level.
Absolutely. Unijue Unielewe. I love it. I love this slogan.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And may the good Lord even add you.
Amen.
In material, in your grace, your heart, everything that you are.
Amen.
So as you, Anita. Keep going. Trust me, from this other end, you're doing the Lord's work. You're doing it. Because, my goodness, I've also learned quite a bit.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And here on the Nest, you're welcome. anytime. If you ever want to open up more, talk about things, and I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. Use your platform. Talk to people. So some of these people need to hear straight from your mouth. Tell them, this is who I am, this is where I'm going, and there's nothing you can do about it, by the way. We're well at it. Yeah? So thank you so much for your presence. Yeah. All right, guys, I hope you've been inspired like I have been. Again, I'm also very happy to see where we are as a society. And I think today has just been a roller coaster of emotions, like up and down, but we have a long way to go. That's what we've determined. In your own way and capacity, the bare minimum you can do is educate yourself. No, don't stare, ask, don't be rude. Let's teach children the right way, and children are amazing. Like a child won't even, they'll just say, "Mguu yako inakaaje?" ama mtu ni mnono, and they move on with their lives. That's how children think. But if you tell them and guide them the right way, you'll see a completely different society that will be coming to replace us. So far, so good. And again, if you have a similar story, anything that needs to be heard here at Y254, we're happy to listen to you, and we're happy to host you on the nest. I've been your host, Maureen Waititu. Until next time, it's good night.